The papyrus felt brittle, yet alive in her hands, a map pulsing with the secrets of a forgotten age. Amara knew this was more than a test of her skills as a scribe. It was a calling. With a small water skin, a handful of dried dates, and the star map clutched to her chest, she slipped out of Thebes under the cloak of night. The familiar scent of the Nile's black earth soon gave way to the sharp, clean air of the vast desert. The sand, silver under the moon, stretched out like an endless, silent sea. Her first challenge came not from a beast or a bandit, but from the sun itself, a merciless, blinding orb that turned the world to shimmering heat. Days blurred into a grueling rhythm of walking, resting in the sliver of shade cast by a rock, and walking again. The desert tested her resolve, whispering doubts into the wind, but the stars were her constant companions. Each night she would unroll the papyrus, aligning the faded ink with the brilliant constellations above it. The map was a celestial guide, leading her from one landmark to another, each one holding a cryptic clue. 1 week into her journey, she found the first marker, a lone, wind-scoured rock formation shaped like a resting lion. Etched at its base was a single hieroglyph she'd never seen before, a combination of the symbols for star and blood. Pressing on, she navigated through a narrow canyon where the whispers of the wind sounded like ancient incantations. Here, the map led her to a hidden alcove. Inside, painted on the stone wall, was a scene depicting a pharaoh making an offering not to the gods of the pantheon, but directly to the star Sirius. The pharaoh's cartouche was deliberately scraped away, erased from history. Who was this forgotten king, and why was his memory purged? The mystery deepened, pulling her further into the heart of the desert. She felt a strange connection to this lost history, a faint echo in her own soul. The desert was no longer an adversary, but a guide, revealing its secrets one step at a time. The loneliness she'd feared was replaced by a sense of profound purpose. Her water was running low when she finally saw it. At first, it was just a shimmer on the horizon, a mirage playing tricks on her tired eyes. But as she stumbled closer, the mirage solidified into the ruins of a temple, half swallowed by the dunes. It wasn't grand like Karnak or Luxor. It was small, intimate, and radiated an aura of immense age. The entrance was guarded by 2 headless statues, their features worn away by centuries of sand and wind. Pushing open a heavy stone door, Amara stepped into the darkness. A single shaft of light from a crack in the ceiling pierced the gloom, illuminating a central chamber. The air was thick with the dust of millennia. As her eyes adjusted, she saw that the walls were covered not in depictions of gods and goddesses, but in intricate star charts and astronomical calculations that far surpassed any she had ever copied. This was not just a temple, it was an observatory, a place of celestial knowledge. At the center of the chamber stood a solitary altar. On it lay not a golden relic, but a simple stone tablet. The inscription was in the same strange hieroglyph she'd seen on the Lion Rock. Starblood as she traced the symbols with her finger. A jolt, like a memory, shot through her. The full inscription began to make sense. It wasn't a prayer or a decree. It was a genealogy, a line of descent not from gods, but from those who came from the stars. The tablet chronicled a lineage of scribes, astronomers, and guardians of this celestial knowledge, a line that had served the erased pharaoh. And there, at the very bottom of the tablet, was the final entry, freshly carved and unmistakable, a single lotus flower, the symbol for her own name, Amara. The elder scribe hadn't just given her a map, he had guided her home. But her lineage wasn't of priests or nobles, but of stargazers, keepers of a truth so profound it had to be hidden from the world. She wasn't just a scribe, she was a guardian, and her journey was only just beginning.